Yo, Mr. Hutch here with MocaneFourth.com video. Here's your problem 6 and 7. Please do not worry if you're stressed out about this yet. It's our first day doing it, and we're going to be doing the same thing tomorrow to practice. So if you're not feeling too comfortable, that's why I'm glad you're on here doing this with me instead of stressing out about it, because it's something that takes practice. All right, so this is an input-output table. It's like a machine. Numbers go in, a rule happens, beep, boop, 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 and out pops another number. So in this case, our input number is 14, and out comes 23. So the first thing we ask ourselves, and we have our little think aloud up here, do the numbers go up or down? Okay. And so when we look at this, we can see the numbers go from 14 to 23. So the numbers are going up. So you need to draw your arrow is your first thing. All right, now that we know it's going up, we realize, and we've talked about that if the numbers go up, the operations that make numbers go up are adding or multiplying. The operations that make numbers go down are subtracting or dividing. These make numbers go up in like equal chunks. Okay, multiplication, division make numbers go up like crazy fast or crazy down. Just because of how they operate. So when we're looking at this table, we're wondering, are they going up in equal chunks? So 14 to 23, it's around, I don't know, 14 to 23, a little under 10 or so. 40 to 50 is about 10, 30 to 40 is about 10. So it seems like they're all going up in equal chunks. Either way, let's say I didn't know that. I'm going to test addition first because that's the simplest to test. We're also looking at things like, do these even look like multiplication problems? 14 times something is 23. It doesn't even sound like something that we've done. So those are some things to be thinking about. All right, so when we're doing addition or subtraction, there's a way to just figure out how far apart numbers are. You could start at 14 and actually count up, like count on up and say 14 and then count 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 to figure out how far apart the numbers are. Or we can use subtraction to find the difference in numbers, okay, between the numbers. So when we find the difference, we do big number minus small number in our work. So 23 minus 14 equals, and we want to test another chunk also to make sure we're correct. So big number minus small number again, 50 minus 41. The reason why we're circling them like this is because the machine doesn't go from 14 to 41. It goes from 14 in and out 23. So that's why we're circling them like that, so they stand out that way. All right, so you would do this either on a calculator or you can use mental math, but just make sure your mental math is accurate, okay? So when you go ahead and type 50 minus 41 and 23 minus 14, it shows that the difference is 9. So these are 9 apart and these are 9 apart, and then we can assume that these are 9 apart as well. So if they're 9 apart, then we can add 9 to get to the next number. Okay, so now we figured out the rule. The rule is in this spot right here. So we can go ahead and pay attention to what we know. So we know 19. And so now we want to create a little equation here. So 19's on the bottom. So we're going to put it on the bottom, the output. So they have us, so equals 19. They have us going in the back end, the output, and having to go backwards, which is a pain. So we have blank right here plus 9 equals 19. Right? And now to go backwards, we do the inverse operation to find a missing number, which means the opposite. Okay? So we have 19 minus 9 equals, and so you can do mental math or on your calculator, and so you get a 10 as your input. Okay, so those ones are trickier because you have to work backwards. Opposite of addition is subtraction. Opposite of multiplication is division. Okay, all right, so on to the very last problem. Okay, so again, we're looking at these numbers. Here's the in, here's the out. So the numbers go in 81 and out 100. Okay? And so we have to ask ourselves that question. Are they going up or down? And we can see from 81 to 100, they're going up. So we put our up arrow. Okay? They're all going up about 20, but even if you didn't know that, we would test addition first. Okay? And again, how do we find out how far apart numbers are? We can find the difference or subtract to find out how far apart numbers are. Big number minus small. So we'll do 100 minus 81 equals, and we can test any one we want, it doesn't matter. We'll test this input output. So big number, 68 minus 49, and then you can go ahead and do that on your calculator, or you can do mental math. Okay, and you get 19, and just to double check our work, 68 minus 49 is also 19. Okay, so we found the rule number. They are 19 apart from each other, so we're going to add 19 to each one. So now let's circle what we know, which is 94. The good thing is we're going in the right way in the input first. So it's on top, so we're going to write it on top of the equation, 94 plus 19 equals blank, because we don't know this. And so now we can just do the equation. Plus 19 equals, and we get 113 as our output on here. Okay, so that's it. Wyatt asked that I would do Elmo voice on the video, so here you go. Nice job, everybody! Yay! And Riley wants to play music. All right, good job. See you guys tomorrow.